Good morning, students. So, today we are back again to study environmental studies, and we know our textbook is Looking Around. Children, in our last class, you have studied about this lady. Who is she? She is Sunita Williams. She is the woman astronaut who has spent highest number of time in space. Children, in our last class, you have studied that Sunita Williams went to space in a spaceship. Her hair stood up there. It did not set down because there is no gravity on space. She could not stand properly and floated in space. This is because there is no gravity in space. So children, in our last class we were discussing about the chapter Sunita in Space. Today let us continue this chapter and discuss the remaining part. Children, look at these photographs. In these photographs, what can you see? In the first photograph, you can see that this is actually a spaceship, okay? This is taking off to the space from the earth. This photograph was taken on 9th of December 2006. That means in the year when Sunita Williams traveled to space. Children, you have seen in movies or in photographs that how rockets travel to the space. These spaceships also travel with the rockets. Okay. Now look at this photograph. Here you can see two women flying or floating inside a spaceship. Do you know who are they? The one in the left wearing the black t-shirt is none other than Sunita Williams, and the other is her friend. Sunita Williams and her friend, you can see they are not being able to stand on the ground. Rather, they are floating and their head is being stuck, or their head is touching the ceiling of the spaceship. Why this is happening, students? Because there is no gravity in space. Now look at this photograph. Here you can see some people, they are having food. These are actually astronauts, okay? You can see that they are having food, but they are not being able to have because the food is not on the table. It is also flying with the person. Here also inside, it is the photograph was taken inside a spaceship, and you know there is no gravity in space, so this table, everything, this food and this person are floating. Now children, look at this photograph. She is Sunita Williams. Can you see, children? Her hair is not setting down. It is standing upwards. That means it seems that she has got an electric shock, is not it? But it is not like that. She is in space and her hair is not setting down because there is no gravity, and so the hair is standing upwards. This we have discussed in our last class. Now children, look at this photograph. This photograph was also taken in 2006. This woman or this person is none other than Sunita Williams. She is standing or she is outside the spaceship. That is, she is actually in the space. You can see that she is in the sky. This is the space suit that she is wearing. As you know, she is an astronaut, so she will wear a space suit. And because there is no gravity in space, she is seen to be floating in space in this photograph. Children, now when on earth, when we throw something up, it comes down, is not it? If you throw a ball like this up, it will always come down. If you jump up, children, you will always fall down onto the earth again. Will you fly in the sky if you jump? No, is not it? Because when you jump on the earth or on the ground, you fall back to the ground because there is gravity on earth. We are able to catch the ball. Why are we able to catch the ball? Because the ball comes down. On the earth, we don't keep floating around. When we fill a glass or bucket of water, it stays there, is not it? If you take a bucket of water or if you take a glass of water, it will always remain in the water will always remain inside the glass. The water will not fly away. It does not float around, as Sunita Williams says. Why Sunita Williams' water was floating? Because she was not on the earth. She was on the or in the space. It is something special about earth, that earth pulls everything towards itself. And what is this power of pulling everything towards itself called? You have studied earlier. It is called gravity. Sunita Williams went 360 kilometers away from the earth inside a spaceship. 360 kilometers. It is very far distance, is not it, children? Now, can you find out a city which is 360 kilometers away from your place? That means in where you stay. Can you find out a place? Think of this place that is 360 kilometers away from your home and tell me in my next class, okay? Now, children, let us discuss how Sunita saw the earth from the space. When we asked Sunita about how did she see the earth from the space, she told that the earth looked very beautiful and amazing from the space. And how did the earth look like? The earth looked like a curved space. Okay? It looked like a curved space. Curved space means it looked like this. Okay? Because when you see from upwards, it will seem to be a curved space. From space, you cannot see countries, states, towns and villages. Children, now you look at this. First, that in this diagram, when you will see the earth from the space, it will just look like this. Okay. Now in this picture, can you find out your country, state, town and village? This seems to be like India, is not it? But still we cannot find out Arunachal Pradesh. We cannot find out Delhi. We cannot find out Assam here, is not it? You can also not find out your own village and your town. You will only see land and water. Now in this picture, children, tell me which portion is land and which portion is water. We have earlier discussed in our classes that the blue portion that we see here is water and the green portion that we see is land. Okay, this is land, this is land, this is land, and this blue are water. Have you seen the moon in the sky at night, children? Yes, you have seen. How does it look? It looks like this, is not it? But sometimes it also looks like this. And at times you will also see the moon like this. Do you know, children, why this happens? This is actually the picture of a full moon. This is the picture of a new moon. This is the picture of a half moon. This happens because the moon is not always same every day. The moon is not always same every day. It keeps on changing every day. We see the moon like this because the moon also revolves round our earth. So we do not see the moon every day like this. Sometimes we see like this also and sometimes we see like this also. Okay? Now children, tell me, why do we see stars mostly at night? We see some one or two star in the day, but generally we see stars at night. Do you know why? Think, children, why this happens? This happens because at night it is dark. When it is dark, you can see the stars shining in the sky. During the day, you cannot see the stars because the sun is giving its own light, and because of its light, you cannot see the other lights that are shining in the sky. Now, children, tell me, what do you want to become when you grow up? Would you like to go to space like Sunita? Then you will have to become an astronaut, because if you want to go to space like Sunita Williams, you will have to become an astronaut. And what you will have to do then, children? In order to become an astronaut, what will you have to do? For this, you must study very well and hard. Okay, children? So, this is the chapter about Sunita in space. I hope you all have understood the lesson. If you did not understand, you may ask me all your doubts. Okay? In our next class, we will be discussing about a different chapter. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye.